Okay, we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
Yeah, I need that tea.
Are you ready, Sharon?
Yeah, I've got to put it on, yeah.
Yeah, started my old man shoulder.
Ready?
I wish he was a T road driver, he might have more than most kids.
Just ready to start, y'all are.
We gotta call.
Ready? I guess, I'll, declare quorum and, ask you, Sharon, would mind giving our prayer this morning, please?
Our Father in heaven, Lord, we just come before you this morning, Lord, and we just ask for healing, Lord, for our land. We love you, Lord, and we just want to praise you this morning and glorify you. We thank you, Lord, for the freedom to meet. We thank you, Lord, for the freedom that we have to still pray in public. Lord, your word says you'll never leave us or forsake us. And your word also says if your people are called by your name, you will hear them from heaven and heal their land. If we'll humble ourselves and pray, seek your face and turn from our wicked ways. Lord, that's what we pray. We pray that you heal our land. We pray for the sick, Lord, the sick that are with this virus or whatever they're sick with, Lord. We pray for the spiritually sick, Lord, that they would know you. Lord, I pray this morning for our commissioners, that they would do business in the way that you'd have them to. Lord, we have a great group here, and I'm just so thankful for that Brown County has this group of guys. And we are so thankful, Lord, that we still can come and meet like this. Lord, we just want to honor and glorify you in all that we say and do. These things I pray in your precious Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Sharon. I don't think we have any citizens' comments. Are you a citizen? You know, listen to me. No citizens' comments. Okay, we'll go on that out there. How about, we have a motion on the minutes from the previous meeting?
What bigger?
You weren't here.
We can't.
We need to pass on those then, so we have
Well,
we will pass on the
Well, you're
minutes.
just voting for the preference zone. I mean,
Right.
if they're tied,
Yeah.
there's no, you don't have to even vote.
It's like, if there's a quorum to have a meeting, then it's just a majority vote of those who are present. So if two vote to approve, we approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting.
I guess I'll have a second.
All in favor? One abstention, two for it, okay. There's no special treasurer's or auditor's report today. I'll pass the bill for the last, that's all right with y'all.
That's fine.
So we'll start with 7A, which is, action regarding the burn ban. Does anybody want to put the burn ban back on?
I know. No burn.
No burn ban, so the burn ban will remain off, no action taken on that item. Okay, this brings us to the COVID-19 outbreak, daily changing needs may arise. Anyway, discussion or report concerning COVID-19. Would you like to speak to us today, ma'am?
Sure.
How are you today?
I'm good. Lisa Dick from Wood Brown County Health Department.
Thank you for coming.
So we had a pretty eventful weekend. Our testing is up to 248, and we had 28 positives. And we had a second death that was COVID related. And then we also have a death that is pending investigation to see if it was COVID related. So we also have all of the employees from one nursing home being tested. All of the residents have been tested, and that's where that increase came from. And so we should be receiving results from those employees back today and tomorrow. Some already came back yesterday, so that was part of our count. All of those employees were negative. So we'll continue to work with them and try to make the situation as best as it can be.
What was the recovered number again?
The recovered number is 11. So we haven't changed that recovered number.
If they have any idea how it's got into that nursing home?
No, we haven't been able to track it back to one beginning source.
Probably something that was shipped in there.
I mean, it could be, I mean, we have had positive cases in our community, so it easily could have come in from community, and what makes it so hard is that we're looking at something that could have happened 14 days ago.
Yeah.
So, it makes it really hard to track.
So all of the residents have been tested,
All of the residents have been tested,
and all of the employees have been tested, but we don't have the results back from them.
correct.
And they're going actually through a private lab, is that?
They are going through a private lab. So, and the requirements for us to process labs at the Tarrant County lab, it's like our emergency response lab, is that they have to have symptoms. And so we are volunteering to test those people that have symptoms, and we agree with the nursing facility, they want to test everyone so that we can isolate everyone that's positive. And if there are employees that are positive, that we exclude them from working and try to end this. And so that's why everybody is being tested, and that's why we're using a private lab.
And how many tests do you, I know you were kind of building up a small stockpile.
Right.
So you've got plenty of tests?
Yes, we have around 150 tests, and then the hospital has a substantial amount too. So at this moment, we're not hurting for tests.
So the hospital, we talked about last time, they actually had less cases, so where are they at this week? Hospital, you know?
We have, there's no cases that are positive results in the hospital, but we have 7 pending tests. And I think about half of those, 3 or 4 of those are inpatient tests.
Have there been any needs changes or any needs that y'all getting all your needs met?
I think so. We received 2, it's the same place, but 2 sums of money in grants, and we were able to hire several people to help us with the contact tracing and communicating with the positive cases.
Do we have just the one hotspot pretty much? Is that it? Is that where it all is?
Right now, we'll know a little bit more by the end of today. We have a lot of pending results. We have all of those, the employees, and I think that's about 60 that were tested. And I think we received 9 results. And then we also have the 7 pending that were either outpatient or inpatient hospitals. So that's a substantial amount of outstanding tests that we should receive today and tomorrow.
Any other questions for Lisa? She's been so kind as to come see us every week and give us an update.
So I just do want to add that I don't know that we are on the same curve as the rest of the state. And so that is a little bit concerning to me. We may be a little bit behind on where our peak is, but I think today's results will kind of give us a better, clearer idea of what that looks like.
Do you think by next Monday we'll have a better idea where we're at on the curve,
Sure.
what you're saying?
Yes.
So the rest of the state has already peaked, and you believe,
I think that's what we're getting from DSHS, is that they're peaking, and that's why they're looking at reopening. And I guess this afternoon we'll hear more about that from the governor. I just am not sure that we're in the same place as the rest of the state.
Anything else from anyone?
No. And this was just kind of a curiosity, the news report, and I never know when I'm reading something that's official versus something that fake. And that was the person who died on Friday, I think, or Saturday. I know I'm not asking any specifics, but they were not in the hospital.
No. From what I know, they were not hospitalized.
It's kind of strange
Uh,
to be that sick and that really not be hospitalized. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you for coming in, I appreciate it. Doesn't sound like we need to do anything on item C. So, anybody think of any item, anybody have an idea on? Any action item on the, there's no response to that tonight, they shall have some. Any action to be taken for that, so. We'll pass on item C.
Yep. That's a good idea.
So we go to item 8, which is my deal, is consideration of possible approval regarding damage to low water crossing on 411 and other infrastructure projects. I think it was last Monday, that we had one of our main east-west roads, the County Road 411, had the low water crossing, hit the culvert that rusted in. We've been undermined, we weren't aware it was underwater, and it had been broken through by trash trucks, so that road's closed down. We're in the process of acquiring the new concrete sections to go back in there. We got demolition coming in on Tuesday. I've already spoken with concrete. The guy that's gonna work with us on that, the landowner. The landowner has been very helpful to us. We appreciate his help. I'm not sure you mentioned his name, Pat Dawson has been very good with us. They're working with owns the property around there to drain water down. So we're moving as fast as we can to get that road reopened. I mean, actually, considering all things considered, it's moved pretty quick, I think. If we get a snag and we get a big rain in the middle of this, but that'll shut us down. That brings up the fact that it's gonna cost us unexpected money for precinct 2, which is not gonna break precinct 2, but precinct 2 was hoping to do quite a bit of paving with compared to our last year, which I know we've discussed in the past, maybe additional money back into infrastructure, like we've done infrastructure grant, our tax note before that is dedicated just to infrastructure projects. So where y'all at now? What are y'all thinking on that?
What was that?
So we're talking about possible tax notes, maybe to put some money back in infrastructure. There was also some discussion, somebody talked about maybe pulling.
What's our fund balance in our reserve right now, Josie? Just ballpark. Somewhere in that, I was thinking like $6 million.
I want to say closer to 8.
Okay, that's good news. 8. Closer to 8.
So in all y'all school, and I used to hear you needed a half year's, it's good to have a half year's worth
Well, that's more than
of
that.
budget. And reserve, I don't know what do y'all teach y'all again here? Y'all teach y'all quarter, y'all talk quarter. So I heard quarter and I heard half. What say you, what you,
90 days, yeah.
90 days? So we do have, well, very sufficient funds in reserve now. The other concern is if we don't continue to have a value this year, there may be a poor collection rate next year. If businesses, some of the businesses are struggling, I don't know, but it may affect us somewhat next year.
Well, the value got a lot.
I think it
Yeah,
is.
I don't think I don't think it's gonna be, the impact on the county is gonna be anywhere near what it's gonna be in other entities, because we collect revenue so differently than cities do.
Well, I understand, but the collection percentage rate could get down, that's what I'm saying, there maybe,
Yeah, I mean,
we've had that happen before, but not.
the property rates are supposed to go up this year quite a bit, so.
So there's a possibility that we may not have the good collection rate, or percentage of collection. But that'd be my only concern, but there may be plenty there, so I guess the discussion would be whether if we all are interested in tax notes, or maybe we want to transfer some funds.
That much reserve is, I would prefer, rather than tweak our tax rate, is to take it out of reserve. And, because, and the reason for this, in my case, and all of us, is counties growing rurally. And that's what we're responsible for taking care of. And, you know, there's just not enough money to do the job efficiently if we don't get a little extra deal for some major infrastructure improvements. And it's pretty hard to tell people, say, hey, we need to do something about so-and-so. Well, I'd sure like to, but we don't have the money. You know, that's our biggest problem. And we had a tax note 5 years, a little over 5 years ago, and it paid off, and we did a lot of good things with it. And it barely tweaked the taxes at all at that time. But after it was paid off, well, the taxes didn't go down, so we're still getting there. So my thinking is take down reserve rather than tweak taxes right now. And, you know, and I'm taking them $1.5 million for each precinct we get. Oh, that.
We said 375 one time, I remember. So
Yeah.
We said 375.
Yeah. And that way we can do some real improvements to our infrastructure and get caught up a little bit and maybe stay ahead of the curve for a while.
Well, that would be, if it could catch us up a little bit, because the paving, we all know the paving
You know,
costs more.
it's,
Right.
you know.
What's the legal part of that, Shane?
No,
You said, that's what you said, but
no, I said $1.5 million, and then, split 4 ways, which,
We've not done that before, but it's, I mean, the money's there, so what's the process? That's
I'm sorry, say that again.
the process of maybe just taking some money from fund reserve to go into infrastructure projects. What is the process for that?
Well, that's something that you'd address in the budget during the budget process. When you are working on next year's budget, I mean, you certainly have the option of using money out of your reserve for anything you want to.
can we do it in the middle of the year right now? I mean, we need the money now.
I mean, you could, if obviously,
budget
a budget amendment. I mean, I think that it would be wise to make sure that it is well publicized and that you have public hearings.
What,
You don't want to ever create a situation where, you know, you have a budget and then halfway through the year, you sneak and take $1.5 million out of the reserve, and then that's a pretty major issue. It needs to be transparent.
well, another thing, we're on the verge of getting a grant. We're gonna have to furnish 725% share cost of $770,000. So we'd have to do something anyway. So I'm saying that this will cover our working time obligation, plus we'll be able, and then if we don't get the grant, it's still something we have. It's very necessary.
Are you talking about the money you're talking about taking out of the reserve? Is that,
For infrastructure.
I know that, but you were talking about doing a tax note
Yeah.
to cover that? And so are you talking about moving money out of reserve and then paying it back with the tax note?
No, either or. We can just take it out of the reserve and not do a tax note. That's what I wanted to do.
Well, that's where we're having a discussion to see what would be the best way to do it.
And, you know, if we don't have to tweak
Well,
taxes, that's why.
Is this even on the agenda for that?
No, it's just.
Well, we put it down there to talk about other infrastructure projects, and that comes back to the money. Which, you know, I was spoken to Hall about that the other day, just saying, kind of opened up a can of worms here.
We're taking no action, but we're just putting it out there.
I mean, there's other infrastructure projects to be done. This is probably gonna ideal, it's gonna go probably well over 60,000.
I mean, I think the first step is that your next commissioner's court agenda, you have a separate item that says, not an action item, just a discussion of pros and cons of moving money from the reserve fund to pay for infrastructure projects.
What you thinking on it, Josie? What you think?
I don't know, I'm kind of worried about what kind of revenue we're gonna generate next year.
Oh, we always worry about that.
Well, it's so much more than people not being able to pay their taxes because they're gonna be behind or because of being laid off or whatever reason. So
It's a collection rate,
that's what I'm worried about.
but yeah, I'm only concerned about taking tax.
Well, look,
And how many people aren't gonna be paying their mortgages because they don't have the funds to do it, and then when everything goes back to normal, they're gonna have to try and catch up, and how many foreclosures there's gonna be.
yeah, that's, you know, there's always boogers out there. You can't be jumping at them until they happen.
And then the interest rate, I'm sure at this time on a tax note would be about as good as you're ever gonna get. I'm assuming that. But we
Do
got
what?
an interest rate on a tax note would probably be like
That's another thing.
It's-
And then we're
Right
fixing to
now,
pay
money's
one off,
cheaper than it's gonna be.
we're fixing to pay the law enforcement center off,
a lot more than gets paid off.
Do what?
the law enforcement center tax note is paid off this year.
Yeah, that's, and like I say, whether we get it all collected, our tax base, every precinct is growing. I mean, they built a hotel out there too, my dealer. There's a lot of other projects going that are gonna be, and like I said, my precinct, in the past year, I wanna say we put in 50 covers for entrances to new properties people bought. So, well, that's,
But the tax note would delay payment for at least a year once we take it out, so that might be the way to go for the time being, because
I'm open to suggesting that that be the
the
best.
tax note, if we work it,
Bottom line
if you
is,
decide to take it, the payment's not due for another year after the fact, so.
I've got that much money. Because I mean, I lost that.
Yeah, well, I know that they, my kid, mine was mainly, I just had this one little thing, and it just hard all of a sudden, but I know there's several
areas. So, hoard money.
No, they,
subdivisions, and they're trying to, they're starting out there, they're starting out, they'll sell a lot, but they have subdivisions that they've opened up precinct too.
you gotta have somebody money. And of course, you know, I've got lots of FEMA money coming, but it hasn't got here yet, so. It's a tough thing sometimes.
Well, I guess we put it back on the agenda for next week, to discuss that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm looking at north of 60,000 at least probably to fix this low water cross, being very conservative. And we've been scrounging, looking for deals, but we found them probably half price on these concrete. But I've got to make take care of this, make sure to do other things that we already planned to do.
Get you hooked up somewhere, sure.
So I do know that we're gonna, just the material alone for those horns, I think it's $33,000 change, which I've already got, I just received a bill for those, and we gotta get them moved.
And with, that's what you.
And I know we'll have a big concrete bill, everything, that's a lot of concrete. And we got some outside contract labor on the demolition. So just kind of a heads up, talking about all this. Anybody have any questions about this at this time? I guess not. Okay. Well, I'll open it up, in case anyone want to know what's going on out there. I guess we go back to pay the bills.
I'm like, most of the pay bills, $10.
Motion and a second to pay the bills. All in favor?
Sign your copy.
I'll sign one, send it around. Today's the 27th. Did we forget anything? Well, I guess on the next agenda, we'll have discussion of infrastructure money, possible tax notes, possible transfer, whatever. However, the elected attorney said we ought to word that.
I will.
We'll work around this.
Is it next, our work is.
That'll be Monday. That'll be the first
That's
Monday.
the first,
Oh, look at
Our next week, be the fourth.
Yeah, May the 4th. All right, if you'll get with her on the wording on that, Shane, I'd appreciate it. And I guess we are
And on
adjourned.
this one today, no action.
Yeah, it's no action.
There's no action on item 8. We did we paid the bills, no action on any other item, I don't think.
Just approve the minutes.
No, you're correct, we approved the minutes. All right, we are adjourned.
Thank you. You can be up there.
Did y'all give me the bills and everything?
Okay. Yes, you are.